What's up, Extra Butter listeners? On today's episode, we are jumping into episode 3 of our football series. We watched The Blind Side, a legendary story of the Michael Orr, Super Bowl champion left tackle for the Baltimore Ravens. Unbelievable career. It is a 2009 movie sport drama, very similar to We Are Marshall that we watched last week, based on a true story, emotional roller coaster, a lot of aftermath that came after this movie. Talk about the movie, talk about things that have happened since actually recent as 2023 of this thing kind of resurfacing. So make sure you stick around towards the end to listen to that. We also get a football update from all the boys, talk about the Birds, the Pack, the Vikings, and unfortunately, Geese was not with us tonight. We had a 3-man game, but we did cover the Bears slightly. So didn't get a chance to fend for himself, but the Bears were talked about. So make sure you guys listen to that if you're fans of football. If not, skip ahead, because we've also got some Oscars to give out. We've got some gears to grind, and I did go watch Demon Slayer Infinity Castle. Got a good story about that movie experience for myself and what had happened. A lot of curveballs were thrown at me, but we made it through. We might have spent 4 hours, 5 hours in the movie theater. Doesn't matter. We got the job done to bring the review and the hype to you. Guys, make sure to go listen to every episode on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Music. Follow us on Instagram and X, the Everything app. Everything happens on X for all movie updates, clips from the pod, things to come, things you missed, movies to watch with us, and give us feedback. Drop a like, a comment, a subscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe, as Taylor Luan would say on Bussin' with the Boys. We love you. We need you. We want to keep doing the podcast, and the football series has got us fired up. You're going to be hearing a lot about football as we progress into the next several months up until the Super Bowl kicks off in February, where your Philadelphia Eagles hopefully will repeat. Guys, enjoy the podcast. We got a 3-man show, like I said. Crit, myself, and Trav. Geese is gone. Welcome to the fucking show. Critter, roll the tape.
Extra butter on the corn for me. Extra butter. I hope they don't charge a fee. But it won't matter anyway. I got a good movie to play. I'm gonna ask my friends to stay extra butter for me.
This is episode 23, and we're missing Geese today, but we got to get an update on the football fields, the football vibes, week 2 in the book in the NFL. If you guys don't like football, skip ahead, because every week during football season, we're kicking things off with football. We got 2 2-0 teams. We got a 1-1 team. We got an 0-2 team who can't be represented here today, so might catch a couple strays. But, boys, I don't know who wants to kick things off, but how are we feeling about our teams through 2 weeks?
We'll let the guys with the better records start first.
I already talked last week, basically, because my team was 2-0 when we started recording. But Jaden Reed, thank you, Trav, for sending that. Where he's like, "We're going to the bowl, bruh," and just knocked out cold just for meds.
It was definitely Geese who sent that, because he is the
Oh, it was?
sender.
Oh, okay. I thought it was you.
But
yeah, no, it was
video.
You hate to see it on week 2, but
I think
I'm just thinking, no, jinx. Just I don't want that. But that may speak to the confidence of this team. So
I was gonna say, I think he'd love to see it. I mean, the guy's on drugs and just thinking about winning the Super Bowl. You know, it's like you could say a ton of different things in that moment, and people, there's always things on camera of people after their wisdom teeth or surgery or whatever. It's like, you got a guy who's all fucked up on drugs talking
speaking
about
the truth.
Like that feels like a bought in guy.
Well, it's definitely
which we knew.
It's going to resurface when you are winning, you know?
For good or for bad, it's going to come back for sure.
Yeah, that's the thing. You just don't, whatever happens, I guess. But just want to put it out there. I don't want to be catching fucking strays because of what Jaden Reed said under all these meds.
How long is he out for?
Well, he got foot surgery too, which I referenced last week.
Yeah.
So it's probably a little longer than if he had his collarbone only, but I'm not expecting him back until like December, to be honest with you. But at the same time, like we're pretty deep at wide receiver. I like both of the wide receivers that we drafted. And Christian Watson's going to be, like he said, if it's the NFC Championship game, he would be playing this week. So he's getting closer than I thought to return. But I think they're probably going to be.
Gauge. That's such a classic gauge of like, well, I mean, if the game meant anything, I'd be playing.
Yeah, and then and if the NFC Championship game was tomorrow, you'd be getting re-injured because I guarantee you're not that ready. But
who do you guys got? The Browns.
Yep, we got the Browns, then the Cowboys, then a bye week, and then I think it's like some mixture of Bengals and maybe Vikings, Bears in there somewhere.
I think so.
Your schedule with the Bengals with Joe getting hurt is like got kind of weak. Outside the division, obviously the division's always tough. Any divisional games are tough, but I feel like playing the North
AFC
is never
North
easy.
game. Yeah, playing AFC North. Just same as the NFC North. It's crazy how the divisions, even though they're in different conferences, they kind of embody the same type of football. Really, like it's point. Just kind of like the NFC North and the AFC North are both just grinded out, hard nosed, blue collar.
The AFC East used to be like how the NFC East is now, except for the Jets.
Yeah,
Dolphins had some good teams. Patriots
but I mean, you got the
teams.
The New York teams both suck.
You got they have that in common. Yeah.
The Bills and the Eagles have a similar team. The Cowboys aren't really comparable. I mean, I guess the Cowboys would really be the Patriots back when the Patriots were the Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got the Commanders and the Dolphins who
who knows?
Typically nobody cares about, now the Dolphins suck and the Commanders are good, but this is the two kind of whatever teams. But yeah, New York sucks.
I was just kind of thinking like that's the only outlier, I think. Like the AFC South, NFC South, those divisions are always just absolute shit.
Yeah.
Except I guess when you got Peyton Manning in it. And then the NFC, AFC West, it's always like, I don't know, it just seems like the same type of football.
Yeah, and those games, like the West is like you like that. I think the AFC and NFC West hold the crown for if you were to name every team in that division, you're going to forget one every time. Both sides.
Yeah.
Like one of the four, you're like, fuck, who's that fourth team? NFC West for sure. Every time I'm thinking about the division, one team does not come to my mind. But yeah, pretty comparable. But yeah, I think the Packers' schedule gets a little lighter with Joe Burrow being out. That definitely helps.
So
got to get healthy.
The Vikings got them this week.
Yeah.
Which, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
but you get the first week. Yeah.
Trav wanted the 2-0s to go first. I guess I'll go second here. We are in the middle of prime football season, Philadelphia Eagles football. Week 1, ugly win against Dallas at home. We get a guy kicked out of the game before first snap. Guy gets injured before that happens. Dogfight with the Cowboys. We get the win on Banner Night. We go to Arrowhead, win another just grinded out game. Not throwing the ball a whole lot, throwing it when we need to, and just winning football games. Like the Eagles are 2-0, but if you were a part of Eagles Twitter or Philadelphia Twitter like I am, or X, everything happens on X, you'd think we were 0-13. Like everything's already here. Colin Cowherd's, we got the A.J. Brown is done in Philly. Storyline's already going. He's getting traded. We got Kevin Patullo, our offensive coordinator, on the Pat McAfee show. They do the overreact section, and the tweet was, I don't want to overreact, but the Eagles are 2-0, but we should throw Kevin Patullo off the plane on the way back to Philly. Like we want our offensive coordinator dead and gone. We played 2 games and we're 2-0, and the world is on fire in Philadelphia. And everybody in the world is hating on the Eagles for running the tush push. So we are, I think, this is prime time, 2 weeks in, middle of the season Eagles football, because everybody needs to get fired. A.J. Brown's leaving the team, and we want to ban the tush push again. Like, it's already here. I can't get enough of it. All we do is win football games.
You have weeks weeks of storylines that are just going to start brewing and coming out of
Oh,
nowhere.
it's ridiculous, and I love it. I love every second of it. Like I don't want to be the Super Bowl favorite ever. You get both sides. Joe Buck is on whatever show he was on talking about like every team in the NFL could run the tush play. It's a legal play.
Yeah.
They can't do it. So figure out a way to fucking stop it. I don't know what else. I don't know what else you want. Like any team could run it, they can't. I don't know why. I don't really get it. Jeff Stoutland, shout out our O-line coach. But and yes, we have all pros across all 5 positions essentially up front. But any team could run it. But everybody bitches about it because they can't stop it, and they get the little ticky-tacky slow-mo bullshit. Both teams are cheating. I'm not gonna. Max Delente, Pardon My Take podcast. I'm not gonna apologize for a referee not throwing a flag on a false start.
No.
And the same way, both times, every time you saw it, they were offside. So it's like, I get it's hard to officiate. Figure it out because any team could do it and they can't. So you can't just take that shit away from us. And they voted on it 2 years in a row. Is it going to get banned? Probably eventually. And then we can stop talking about it because it's the most annoying thing, most annoying headline in sports is talking about a QB sneak that we just run differently than everybody else. But, I mean, we just win. All we do is win football games.
Tom Brady basically did it too, to be honest with you. He was pretty good at getting that sneak, and I didn't like that the Packers, whoever leaked that out, at the league meetings or whatever, were trying to start a vote against it. We need to give you guys any fucking any firepower in locker room bulletin material.
There was a theory about that since the Packers don't have an owner, that they were the team that came to the table with it so that none of the owners had to take a fall on it for being the pussy for trying to ban it. So I don't know. I mean, I agree the optics of it. It's like you don't want to give any competing team in the NFC as a Green Bay fan any ammo. But
I don't know what you're talking about. The Packers have a couple million owners. Whatever the number is.
Do.
We operate pretty fucking well too, don't we?
2-0. We've got the Rams. That's another test. Then we go to Tampa, who always beats us, and then we got the Broncos. So our schedule is a absolute meat grinder. There's no. I mean, we got the Giants twice. We play the Raiders. So I mean, we've got a couple games on the schedule that you look at and you think we should win, but you look at every other game. Any divisional game against the Cowboys or the Commanders is a tough game. Even against the Giants, like I'm a firm believer in any division you play a divisional game. It's not a cakewalk, no matter who they are. Mm-hmm. Other teams, like, the Chiefs playing the Giants on Sunday night. I don't know if the Chiefs will door beat them, but like those good teams in the league can kick the shit out of bad teams in the league. But when it's inside your division and you play twice, I never take those for granted. But if you look at our schedule, it's Giants, Raiders is the only 2 you'd circle is like these ones should be wins. Other than that, man, we are in a gauntlet for the whole season. I mean, we still got the Chargers, obviously I said the Broncos. We've still got to play Washington twice, Dallas again. We've got the Bills on the schedule. Like, we've got the top. We go to Lambeau. We go to U.S. Bank. It's like we play on the road at most of these games. So it's going to be an interesting season, I think, this week against the Rams. Yeah, this week against the Rams is at home. That one will be interesting to kind of see where we're at.
Broncos are going to Philly, aren't they?
Yeah.
That sucks. I would have. I'm probably going to go to the Packer game when they come out here, but
yeah,
I would have paid to go with you to the Philly game too if they were out here.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's every 4 years, 3 years when you switch the division. So we'll be out here again in 4 years.
Yeah, I think it might be a little bit different with the addition of the 17th game or whatever.
Yeah,
because that's why the Broncos are playing the Packers this year, because we're both third place in our respective divisions. Yeah.
Yeah, but the problem is that we're typically going to get first, and the Broncos aren't. So,
well, not right now. Yeah.
We'll see. But no, feel good. Feel good. I feel good. We are 2-0. You can't complain when you win football games. So, Trav, 1-1. Looked bad last week.
Yeah, not a good football game. Happy to be 1-1 though. I mean, could easily be 0-2 after losing to the Bears and Falcons, and I would not want to be talking about football right now.
Turning his mic off.
Yeah. JJ did not look good. O-line looked terrible. They just pressured the shit out of him. Couldn't do anything. Tried to tush push it. Fumbled it. Um, perfect
Proof's in the
example.
pudding. Yeah.
Carson. I don't know. I like I was telling Crit before the pod started, I think we're just going to let him zing it with Aaron Jones on the IR 4 weeks.
He's gonna.
I mean, Jordan Mason's going to get a lot of carries, but I think they're just going to let him gunsling it.
I've watched a lot of Carson Wentz football in my lifetime. I mean, you think about a backup quarterback, you never want to see your backup out there, but that's a guy who's got a lot of game experience. A lot of game experience. He's a big dude. He will sling it. He will run it. I don't know what – I mean, I'm assuming he's pretty healthy. He's been the backup for the last several years.
Looking good.
I'm excited for him. I mean, like when he left Philly, it was bad. The whole situation was bad.
Mm-hmm.
The Nick Foles Super Bowl on the Carson Wentz MVP year. Carson comes back, and we got nobody to throw to, and he has a pretty good season, gets dinged up again. We draft Jalen. That just causes controversy immediately in the locker room, and then he leaves, and I didn't like the way that he left. But again, we don't know the story, so I didn't have a whole lot of. I didn't like him. Let's put it very frank. But he's one of those guys like Zach Ertz for me that like I would be okay with and would like to see come back and retire an Eagle. Like, I mean, that season he had, he'll never have another season like that.
That was a magical season.
Dude, he was so good. He was going to win the MVP. He tears his ACL and then stays in there and throws a touchdown with a torn ACL. And then we go on and win the Super Bowl. We wouldn't even been in that position without him. So, I mean, yeah, you take your hat off to Nick Foles all the time. He had an unbelievable playoff run. He didn't look great for 3 weeks prior. But we're not the 1 seed without him. We're not in any sort of conversations like that without him. So the 1 seed getting home field advantage helped Nick a lot.
Yeah.
And then the rest is history. But yeah, I would like to see Wentz have a good game. I do have a question for you, though, Trav. What is your thoughts on the theory going around of the Vikings hiding behind injury and JJ's not that hurt, but they just wanted to get him out of there?
I think it's too early to even throw that out there. I think if it was like a 4-game stretch or a 3-game stretch where he looked bad multiple games in a row, and yeah, he's only had one good quarter, but the command he's had in the locker room, people respect him. Like, I do think he can play football at a high level, but the fact that he was, I mean, bombarded the entire game. There's clips running around this week too on Vikings Twitter of just free rushers, just nobody touching him, going right at him. So I don't know. I do think he tweaked it. I remember seeing the play, and then a couple plays later he's limping around. So I mean, I get it. He probably did tweak his ankle, but I can see it being not as severe, and they want to give him some time to maybe watch some more games and see what Carson can do. I don't really care. I just want to win football games.
Do you think him having some kind of like speedy slot receiver, like a really good one, not to mention any names, but Randall Cobb or
Jordan?
I don't know, just like, yeah, but he's more of the 2 though, isn't he?
He is, but
he can go on the slot.
All of our guys can play slot. Jalen Naylor can play slot too.
Yeah. I just feel like he's a short pass guy, but he can probably get it there. It's just he's got to open it up.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Like I said, I don't care.
I think I like him, so I'm not gonna talk shit.
Yeah. And anybody can play quarterback in this system. I think as long as you have confidence and can sling it.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't believe I think that anytime there's anything going on anywhere, there's always got to be a storyline. So he's not that hurt. They're just benching him. Like,
think about them investing that much time and energy into their highest drafted quarterback, and then to just soft bench him after week 2. Yeah, not gonna happen.
Yeah.
No.
I think I agree with you. If it was like 8 weeks in, I could see it. 2 weeks, like 1-1. No.
It's his rookie year, basically.
My name's Alex Kiesler, and the Bears stink.
Yeah. I guess we got to talk about the Bears for our guy.
No, we
Man,
don't.
that is, I don't even know, dude. I'm not in the same boat as you guys because I'm not an NFC North fan, so I don't have any reason to hate any of those teams. Got a lot of Bears fan friends. Pull for the Bears. Try to be morale guy. I'm a foxhole guy.
Get
We
into
got
a
to
different foxhole.
we got to see something in the next few weeks from that team. Um, eh,
Yes, yeah.
they are not good anywhere. First week, you thought the defense was good. You're playing a rookie. The defense, they want to say they're tired. I mean, yeah, the offense is off the field, whatever. Like, they didn't play well. They blow the game. Week 2, they get a 50 burger hung on them. I mean,
Yeah, there's no
Jared
excuse
Goff,
there.
I think they were talking about it on PMT. Jared Goff can just throw 50 on you
yeah.
whenever he wants.
Out of nowhere.
Out
Yeah.
of nowhere, he'll just throw it up.
Yeah, I'm interested because, like, they talk about, like, the Lions' offense is fine without Ben, and it's like, I agree. They still have a ton of guys everywhere. Their O-line's great. They got dudes all over the perimeter. Running backs are good. Tight end's good. I don't know how much you can. I want to see them do it again because, like, right now we're in the same situation we've been in the last several years. Are the Bears a bottom 5 team in the league? I don't know. It's week 2. You can't say it, but like, if we're talking Lions and as 2, I guess 3 NFC guys, two NFC guys who have Super Bowl aspirations. One of us, Carson Wentz, but the other,
One of us, the future's still bright. Let's
yeah,
not get it twisted.
But-
Yeah. Future's
that's
still
what
bright for Trav.
I think for the 3 of us as NFC guys, the Lions are obviously the last few years been in the conversation of being at the top Super Bowl contender. After week 1 against Green Bay, it's like you play this team, you don't look great. Then you play this team, you look great. I want to see where they're at because losing coordinators is tough. The Eagles have been through it. OC's different every single year in Philly. So I need to see some more. I'm excited. I know, again, it's week 2. I'm pumped to talk about football for the next 15 weeks and then into the playoffs with you boys. But the Lions, I want to know if they're still serious contenders or not. And that last week they looked like they were.
They'll get their chance on Thanksgiving because that's when the Packers next play them. I think they're still legit, but I think the Bears, it could implode, like especially if they're following Bears Twitter, because that shit is just a nuclear explosion right now. Probably
We play them at home as well. We go Vikings, Giants, Packers, Lions.
at least get that. But
Yeah.
goddamn, you got to play at Lambeau.
I think just because this
Kansas
is how
City.
things work. This is how things work in like future hindsight. Love saying that. Future hindsight. Bears are just going to absolutely throttle the Cowboys, and everybody's going to be like, "That's the team we were looking for. That's whatever." And then they go on to lose another 4 in a row.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
That honestly might fucking happen too,
I think
because the Cowboys are just going to cowboy.
What question I've got? What teams or what players or both, for good or for bad, are you most surprised about through 2 weeks?
No, that's the Colts. What teams are?
Yeah.
Like that's.
I think that game alone, kind of like the Colts and the Broncos.
Yeah,
I thought the Broncos would be much better. The Chargers, I think, fall in that category too.
Yep.
Of good. But the Colts, yeah, man. I mean, they got a good head football coach. Danny Dimes.
Indiana.
I mean, he was probably going to be on the fritz if they didn't.
I don't know.
There's a lot to say about Ursay's daughter being on the fucking sidelines. Like, are you doing your fucking, like, she's sitting there with fucking notes, a headset, the whole fucking, that's kind of weird, but
yeah,
I love it.
that shows me he's on the fucking hot seat. Or he was.
Yeah, I don't know. They're good. I mean, they should have lost, I guess. Like, the missed field goal flag.
Here's your list of 2-0 teams. I mean, you got even the Bengals. Like, we're playing the Bengals at home, and they're 2-0. Granted, that's Joe Burrow for a game and a half, but
Mhm.
I mean, they've always come up with a slow start.
Well, Browns missing field goals sure helped their cause there.
3 teams in the NFC West to be 2-0 was surprising as well.
Seahawks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cardinals, Seahawks, and the Niners.
Yeah, the Niners not surprising. I
No,
don't know
they're
if
not
Brock's
2-0.
No, wait. Seahawks are 1-1.
I was going to say that, yeah, they played the Seahawks, lost to the Niners.
Okay. The Niners not surprising. Seahawks look decent. The Sam Darnold looks good. The Cardinals, I pull for the Cardinals. I got boots on the ground out there. They've played 2 really bad football teams, and you got to win those games, and they have. So I hope they do well. I think Kyler's good. I don't know. I mean, they got a decent defense. They drafted defense. They went free agency defense. Their defense is pretty damn good. They got some guys on offense. James Conner's been good for a long time. I don't know anything about their O-line. They've got good receiver. I mean, that's a good team. That's another team I want to see play, as the season progresses when they start playing other teams. Like I pull for the Cardinals. So you don't pick your schedule. 2-0 is 2-0. It's hard to win games in the National Football League. And in the football. And every game matters, bro. You don't play 82 games or 162 games. So winning games it matters. Like going 0-2 is not good. We talked about it last week. Like it's not good. So any game you win, you gotta be happy about. So
I think we got to review our touchdown parlay.
Yeah, 3 for 4. I think it was a bad omen for me to pick a Cowboy. They scored 40 points.
That's fair.
They scored 40 points. CeeDee Lamb had 9 catches for 112 yards, no touchdowns. He led them down the field twice. Roma Dunze scores, who I laugh about the homer pick from Geese. I think somebody picked Jamar. I don't even know who we had.
Trav, yep.
Jamar, who'd you have, Crit?
DK. Redemption.
Yeah, DK and CD, the initials guys. One of them could get it done, the other one couldn't. But not a bad showing for the. I mean, we had every opportunity. That game went to overtime. I thought it was going to end in a tie. Brandon Aubrey's the best kicker in football. It's not even close. Chris Boswell's pretty good, and a good point I heard was that Chris plays outside and Brandon doesn't. But I mean, that guy's fucking nails.
Yeah,
like Chelsea was here. We're watching the game. Like when he goes out for the 64-yarder, I'm like, he's not going to miss this. Like it's crazy. Like they talk about the 50-yarders in the league now and how they're gimmies. That guy trots out for 60 plus.
It looks like he was walking. It looked like he was walking up for an extra point too. He's like, whatever,
dude. He's unbelievable. He's a weapon.
The way he hit the winner too. He just looked like he barely put anything into it and just kind of a little chip shot. Yeah,
but 3 for 4 is a good sign. I want to win. I want to feed wins to people who follow us. My bad on last week's for losing. If you ghost legged it on DraftKings Sportsbook, you won your bet. So I think as much as losing sucks, it felt good, and none of us, it wasn't like we sold there.
No, I still won money off of that. I bet on each one of us. Yeah, I bet on each one of them and missed one, and then my little parlay, which was literally just a cherry on top.
So getting into this week, we got kind of another bad omen. Geese, who's not here with us, fed us his pick prior to the pod. He's picking another Dallas Cowboy, playing against his own team, the Bears. Our first pick this week is Javonte Williams. I like it. I like the pick. It just going back to me picking CD as an Eagles fan and him having over 100 yards and not scoring to then pick a guy against your own team. It's giving me bad vibes, but I do like the pick. I think there's gonna be a lot of points in that game. So Javonte Williams is on the docket. Trav, who you got for us this week?
I'm gonna go with the dude that pretty much wrecked us last week in Bijan.
Bijan, okay. That makes me go to backup pick. Crit, what do you got?
I'm gonna go with Lad McConkey.
Lad McConkey. Javante, Lad, Bijan. I was going to pick Drake London, and I will not double dip on a game. I thought about Bijan too. I think that's always a good pick, no matter the week. Critter, I don't like what you did there because I thought we were going to go from all receivers to all running backs. And now you put me in a tough spot because I had some backups here. I am going to go with Jordan Mason of the Minnesota Vikings. That dude's been toting the rock. I think that
he's ready to get in there.
That defense is bad. They're going to run the ball. Carson's going to throw it to Justin. He's going to throw it to TJ Hawkinson. He loves the tight end. He might turn the ball over a couple times, but that's what you're going to get when a guy's slinging the pill around the field. I think Jordan Mason gets in. He hasn't scored yet, has he?
I don't think he's gotten in yet, no.
No. So I got Jordan Mason. So we got Javante, Lad McConkey, Bijan Robinson, Jordan Mason. Does anybody have the odds on that yet?
Plus 1092.
Plus 1092. If you guys got in on the bet yesterday to get your ghost leg on DraftKings, you can bet the ghost leg on that to win if only 3 score like last week. But yeah, no, that's a good parlay. Lad McConkey's a fan favorite. Keenan Allen's been scoring a lot of points there. That's a good football team. But hopefully we hit it. Moving out of football. We'll get back into football when we get into the movie. But yeah, good luck week 3, boys. We'll get back into it next week. But quick note. I know Geese isn't here. We both saw the Demon Slayer Infinity Castle movie last week. I got a great story for you guys about that prior to reviewing the movie. Booked the movie on a Wednesday for 11 a.m. On Saturday. 10:15 rolls around Saturday morning. Get out of the shower, get ready to roll. I usually leave about 30, 20 minutes early. It's right across the street. Check my app. I actually booked my ticket for 11 p.m. on Saturday. So had to cancel that, and I wasn't going to go any later than 11. Was already committed to the movie. Booked it in English. Talked about that last week. Don't want to sit in the theater and watch in Japanese, read subtitles. So I'm looking. Texas played at 2:45, I think, so I wanted to be in and out of there to come home watch Texas. Booked it for 11 a.m. in Japanese. Had to go watch it in Japanese, which didn't want to do, but it was good. Like voiceover, the voices are better. That's the real actors. You know, it's like we talked about. You watch a German film and English voiceovers. I can't stand it. So went to see it in Japanese. I watched a lot of them on Japanese at home. Get in the theater. A couple brought their infant baby into the movie theater. Didn't see it, noticed it, heard the whining, and I just kept thinking to myself, is there a baby in here? Sure shit, there's a literal baby in the theater. And I have to give a shout out to the fact that honestly, I did get bothered by it a couple times, but overall, the kid was, it was you would think a lot worse of having a baby in there for a 2.5-hour movie. Didn't really make that much noise. It was just the initial noticing of there being a baby in there that was kind of getting to me, and then got over it. Hour into the movie, first time this has ever happened to me, screen starts glitching out, and I'm like, oh fuck, dude! Like everything that could go wrong with this movie is going wrong. Glitches. I'm like, hopefully it just fixes itself, whatever. Fixes itself, and then the subtitles were off with the audio. So the people are talking in Japanese, no subtitles pop up. They get into the next thing, and then you get the subtitles, so you're behind. So it's like you could still see it, but you couldn't. Yeah, you have no idea. It's like it was like I sat there and debated, am I really going to sit here for another hour and a half and have this be messed up like this? Couple minutes go by. I'm assuming somebody got up and went and told the people. Movie clicks off, lights turn on. Guy comes in. Hey, understand there's some audio issues. We're going to shut this projector down, reboot it, get it back to the point in the movie where you're at, and we'll get it rolling. Give us 5 to 10 minutes. Go get a drink, take a leak, whatever you got to do. Get up, go piss. Get up, get out, get back in. Texting my wife like I might be here for 2 days. I don't know. This is a fiasco in here. Guy comes back in, asks the theater, everybody here? And someone's like, I don't fucking know. Like, how are we supposed to know if
Yeah,
everybody's
who's
back,
taking
dude?
account?
Yeah, it's like, but I get it. Like, if you have somebody in your party that's not with you, speak up. But like, this one guy's
Mm.
like, ah, "We're all here," and someone's like, how are we supposed to know? And then this kid in the back's like, my friend, he's not back yet. Can I go get him?" So we wait another 5 minutes for the kid to go get his buddy. Gets back in, click the movie on, and we're good to go from there. But the 2.5 hour movie with the half-hour previews ended up taking about 4 hours of my day. The movie itself, very good. The animation's unbelievable. The fighting scenes are incredible. If you're not familiar with Demon Slayer, there is a group of, they call them the Hashira, but essentially each person, they're the most trained demon slayers out there. Obviously, they kill demons. That's the whole point. It's demons versus demons. Each Hashira guy, girl has their own elements: wind, earth, water, fire, etc. Each season is kind of focused on one or two individuals, and then the main character is always involved. He's kind of just in the training and learning. And they focused on one of the guys primarily that you never saw fight in the first 4 or 5 seasons. He had a huge role, big battle. Really, really good movie. They went into kind of a long backstory on the enemy that defeated at the back end, the demon, kind of his pre-life before becoming a demon. Thought it ran a little long, but you got to think. I heard a good point. Like, that's what animes do. And if you watch a season, they kind of do that in an episode. But this is a movie, so that 20 minutes that they put in the end of showing this guy, he's been a big part of the show. You got to think this is season 6 in a 2.5 hour movie. So it just, unfortunately, for the immediate reaction, happened towards the end. So it was like, dude, this is just kind of dragging on. But it was like, this guy's been in the show for 5 seasons. So like, made sense. But overall, really good movie. Never saw anime in theaters before. Never seen a movie in another language in theaters before. Animation's unbelievable. And if you have any interest in watching an anime, I think Demon Slayer is definitely up there. I think the trilogy, unfortunately, the next movie doesn't come out, I think, till 2027 is what the prediction is. But yeah, overall, really good. Cool experience. And haven't seen anything else quite yet. I actually am struggling on the screen unscenes because Monday Night Football's got me by the balls. So
Yeah, that's
um,
fair.
I might go this week. It's a rated R. Last week's was a PG-13. Can't remember the movie's name, but it's something about Eleanor. She's a Holocaust survivor. Saw the preview for it. Looked pretty good. Would be interested to see it. Not bummed I missed it, but like it would have been another good screen unseen to see because I don't know if I'd get a ticket for it. So hopefully get out to see another movie. Seen really bad reviews on him. Seen really bad reviews on Conjuring. I like to think I can make my own opinion on that, but it's tough to read those and then want to go sign up for it. But probably going to go see that. I've heard really good things about The Long Walk. One of those, hopefully, I'll be able to bring to you guys for next week. I'll probably go to a movie tomorrow. Saturday's kind of becoming the movie day. So I'll probably go see something tomorrow. Probably The Long Walk. Probably The Long Walk. So moving into Gears of Grind, pretty good week for me. I don't got much to talk about. Crit, I know you mentioned something pre-pod you had, maybe one or two, but I'll let you dive in from there.
Yeah, we'll see where it goes, but we already talked enough about football that we're already far enough into here. But my apartment, and it could be other apartments, but our sprinkler system is an absolute travesty. Like, we're growing basically a forest in our, like, everywhere around our apartment building because the sprinklers run like at night, like literally at the worst hours of the day. And at least in front of my building, they're running at like 5 o'clock. When you're getting home from work, you're just getting soaked because the sprinklers aren't, like, I get having like just a little sprinkle, like that's okay, but these are just full blown, like way too many sprinklers for this little patch of grass, just blasting water. You can't even, you try to dodge it, but there's just no dodging it. You're just getting soaked.
So the whole sidewalk's getting covered.
What they could do with, like, because I worked in irrigation during college in the summer, like what they could do with maybe 3 sprinklers.
So you're an expert, is what you're telling me.
Base, sort of. I wouldn't call myself an expert, but I dug holes for these sprinkler heads in the summer. But they could probably cover that area with 3 sprinklers, and they have like 8. So it's just a flooded mess everywhere. Just our apartment sprinkler system absolutely sucks.
Hey, props to that landscaping company that bid them. Hey, you really need 8 sprinklers here.
Oh, in
Yeah,
Colorado, it's so dry. Like, no, you don't.
yeah. We always
It's flooded.
our apartment complex, they replace like sod every year. The grass just dies, and the sprinkler systems for us, they go off, I believe, morning and night. I'm assuming at some point in the middle of the day, so we're
That-
not.
yeah,
It's not like bad
it's
timing.
wild.
Yeah, the fun one for me is taking Ivy out at night because I don't know when they come
Mhm.
on, and it's just kind of a Russian roulette game. If the grass isn't wet,
Yep.
it might turn
Viking
on, and then
pictures.
That's the other thing is Ace
Yeah.
has longer hair. So, like, we got to dry his paws off if it's a flooded mess wherever we take him.
yeah, yeah. That sucks. 5 o'clock's a wild time to have the sprinklers come on,
Mm-hmm.
but
I got to get it's dry out here, but come on now.
yeah, yeah, that would piss me off. But yeah, we don't have those issues here,
No.
and we're moving, so
I've
I don't
seen
even
your
know.
guys' grass situation. It's fucking dead.
Yeah, all the time, all the time. They replace it every year. I'm like, what's the point? You might as well just put turf out there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ours is literally just flooded.
That's Viking. I don't know how good you guys can see it, but that's Viking coming in.
Just see his face.
I'll send it to you guys. But
Yeah.
we had sprinklers at the apartment in Egan, and I had to. He's just barking at me like I have to go potty. This is 6 years ago when I first had him as a puppy. And I go take him out there, and he had to go, and the sprinklers are going. He's just soaked, and he just looks so sad, covered in water.
Ivy darts. I mean, if it's raining outside, she's not going. She's not going. Won't even step in the rain. Will turn around right away. She wants to go out so bad. Open the door, put her down, just immediately. I'll carry her out there. Just tucks it back to the door. Like no chance. I'm going. Like, no, might as well shit in the house. I don't. You're not. And she's begging when it's pouring. It's like, I mean, we can go, but all I'm doing is getting exercise from going up and down the stairs because you're not going to go outside. So yeah, that's a tough one. Well, yeah, we are running a little long on the pre-pod or the pre-movie Oscars to give out this week. I can kick things off, and I'm going to get my Oscar going to the ballpark. Going to the ballpark is a experience unlike any other sporting event. You don't have to sit down and be locked in for every pitch. You can get good seats if you want them. You can get in for out here in Colorado. You can get in for they probably pay you to get in to watch the Rockies play. I had a workout in this week at the Rockies game. Rockies Marlins. Rockies lost. Rockies 9 games left. If they lose all 9, they're the worst team ever, which would be the second year in a row we've had the worst team ever. White Sox last year, and then the Rockies making a run for it. But going to the ballpark, getting some beers, getting some dogs, walking around. You could do. I mean, it's just it's like a picnic. It's like it's a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Good place for an outing, like getting a big group of people to go. You go to an NFL game, hockey game, basketball game. You're kind of locked in the stadium seating. There's not as much of the concourse, so you can actually see what's going on and kind of peek around. There's not much better, and it doesn't matter if the team's good or not. Like just being at the ballpark is an incredible vibe. So
Rockies
got a
fans
chance
play
to go.
different.
Yeah, Oscar this week and putting parlays in with the boys with Cash the 4-legger in the 9th inning. Cash had the 9-hole hitter on the Rockies getting a hit. He looked horrible all day. Had 38 hits on the season. Gets a base hit in the 9th. I mean, that'll get the blood going, beers flowing, hot dogs eating. Get out to the ballpark. I know it's late in the season, play up baseball around the corner, but it's a great time. So
I think it's the best sport that is like compared watching on TV versus being there. Like the difference. Being in the ballpark versus watching on TV, the drastic difference. Like watching a football game, you could be there or not be there. You're having a good time. Hockey's
and
hockey's up
basketball
there.
are kind of the same.
Hockey's
Hockey's pretty good. Yeah.
Football's probably the worst in terms of like you get a better view at home. Like depending on where you're sitting, like
you can see more of what's
I've
going on.
I've been at Notre Dame, which I'm going back this year, but back in high school, we were like 3rd row in the end zone. Like they had these like makeshift bleachers. Great. But then eventually we're like, we can't see anything.
When they're on the other side of
Depth
the field,
perception
It's
sucks.
all
And then
about the
we went,
experience, though.
and then we went up to the 50-yard line. Yeah, it is the experience. We ended up going to the 50-yard line, top shelf, where we could stand up, get a breeze, literally the same view as a camera. Spoiled 16-year-old boys.
well, every other sport is usually more expensive. Like baseball games, for the most part, even if the good teams,
Yeah.
like
Mm-hmm.
not near as expensive as going to an NFL. And it's 16 games or it's 162, but you get a day off on a Tuesday, you can go to a baseball game. Like it's just different.
Basketball's pretty, I think, even on both sides. Like you can, there's typically anywhere you sit in an NBA arena, you can see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
It's guys playing on
Yeah.
a basketball court.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think baseball is such a chill, non-playoff baseball. Just chilling, watching a game, doesn't matter who they're playing. It's a good time, no
Playoff
matter
baseball
what.
is fucking electric.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't get a lot of that.
Well, my team doesn't. My team hasn't been there either. But during the Cardinals heyday, I was there for a divisional divisional series against the Pirates, Game 5, and it was fucking awesome.
We'll take you on the Fightins train. I've been slowly converting to Philly sports and just watching the Phillies clinch the NL East.
Just don't go to the Sixers, please.
Just a fun. That will be the toughest one.
He's a lifeline Rockets fan, by the way.
Yeah, we got KD now. That's unbelievable.
Weak.
Yeah, going to the ballpark. Oscar for me this week. Who's got the next one?
I'll go. Mine's quick. Oscar goes to the pet store lady grooming salon. Chick was super excited to see Viking today. I was not looking forward to going in there and thinking it was all hustle bustle. And she's like, yeah, I'll fit you right in on Sunday. Perfect time slot. Everything went super smooth because not being at home at the normal place I take him, I can book everything online. I walk in there. She took care of everything. I was able to get in and out, get all the treats. I walked I don't know if you guys do this with your dogs, but if you walk them into the pet store, sometimes I do it with Viking, where I'll let him sniff the treats.
Yeah.
So he went down the whole line, went down the line, sniff, 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 walked back to one and pushed his nose on it, and I'm like, all right, we're taking those home. But
yeah, I don't trust Ace enough to.
That's the same thing with
Go where
toys,
their dogs
right?
are
Like
at.
you take them to the toy aisle and kind of let them find a toy they want. They usually come to grips with one of them. Like it is kind of funny to watch.
mm-hmm.
Ivy's done that. Ivy, she's small, so it's like can't really reach a whole lot. But we've done that with her too. Yeah, hard to tell if she's looking at something up top. That's a good one. It makes you feel better about it. It's like taking your kid to daycare. Like you feel good about who you're dropping your kid off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good one. Critter, what do you got for us?
Mine's just, well, it heated up the last couple days, but hoodie. Actually, I'll just call it football weather.
Yeah,
hoodie, shorts. You just can't beat it because hoodies are always comfortable. Just hoodie and shorts weather. Guy. Yeah.
I wear hoodies usually just in the house.
Love that I can still wear shorts. Yeah, it's just the ultimate combo. You literally can't beat it.
And you have like, I have a billion sweatshirts, but like you have those two at home that you just throw on like
the go-to
5 days a week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the ones
I wore this yesterday.
Might smell a little sweaty.
Yeah. Might not get washed as much as most people might want it to be.
Right.
But no, good Oscars. Back to football. Episode 3 of the football series. We watched The Blind Side, a 2009 sport drama based on a true story of Michael Orr. Great. I mean, another one for me that I've always loved. Very emotional. As mentioned many times in the podcast, I'm a tear guy. A lot of tear jerkers in this one. Gets you going. Trav, feel free to take the reins on giving a quick snapshot of the movie, and I think we just have a conversation, boys.
Yeah, I mean, like I was telling Kurt before we started this, I think it's pretty simple to just say it's the life and football story of Michael Orr, and kind of that true story life path, but played with one of our favorite actresses, Sandra Bullock. She doesn't play Michael Orr. She plays the mom of the family. But,
Man, Dewey.
yeah, I've only seen this movie a couple times. It was so big when it came out, being a football player, and everybody has aspirations of being, a big time football player, and hearing a story of somebody like this working their way up and becoming what he became was pretty cool. But yeah, rewatching it, I did not rewatch it this week, but I rewatched it a couple of years ago. It has a different effect when you get older, I think, because you can see his actual, like, not only the troubles he had, but the troubles the family have, hosting somebody, not only with that baggage, but the skill level. Like, there's potential there. You have to harness it yourself, too, not only him. You have to kind of round out the situation, whether he's, like, is he going to make it because of you? Is he going to fail because of you?
Yeah.
It's kind of a team effort to make him succeed.
It's an unbelievable movie. Shout out Tim McGraw. I mean,
I was going to say it if you weren't.
Yeah, I can't think of the other movies he's been in, but like I remember watching this the first
Friday
time.
Night Lights.
Is that Tim McGraw? I love Tim McGraw.
Yeah, he's the drunk dad of Billingsley.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, the first time watching this is like you see Tim McGraw and you're just like, kind of, is that Tim McGraw? Does a great job. I mean, the things he's done, he's a very good actor. Very good. Sandra Bullock is rocket ship, still getting it done. Incredible career. The movie itself, I mean, the thing they talk about towards the end of, like, how many other kids out there kind of have the same situation where they don't get a situation like this, It's unreal that he ends up being a first round pick in the NFL draft. But like, it's just overall just a crazy story. Unbelievable.
I think where it hit the most was they made this movie when he was still in the NFL, winning a Super Bowl.
Right.
Whereas, like, you see these stories or whatever, movies, documentaries kind of unfold, and like, if they were in the NFL or whatever, they were doing their thing in
years ago,
the late 80s, early 90s, and we're like, who cares? But we see this movie, and he's on the field on Sundays.
Yeah,
like the next, like, I think probably like 2 or 3 years after this movie came out, he was still in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, guy wins a Super Bowl. I mean, like, what a crazy story. Not to get sidetracked, but I thought they did a really, really good job of opening this movie, of talking about the blind side. I think for the average human that pays attention to football sometimes, or because your friends like it, or your boyfriend or girlfriend likes it, you don't probably know what the blind side is. It's like, it's a pretty universal term, but I don't think it's like the average person would be able to pinpoint what position that is. I thought they did a really good job opening it. But the Joe Theismann injury, does anybody have the stats on the Alex Smith injury? Like the eerie similarities of what that was? It was like the same day.
It was
the same team, same
spot on the field.
Same injury, same team. Like,
I never put that together. That's crazy.
Dude, the same exact day, the same spot on the field, both in the Commanders,
I'll
football team, Redskins.
Keep going, because I really, really want to know.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that, and like, I think for an opening scene to show something like that. Now, I teeter on the line of, like, was that the left tackle's fault? I mean, it wasn't the first guy in; it was the last guy in that caused that LT getting in there. But I thought the setup, just the opening scene of showing that iconic kind of, I guess, I don't know if you want to call it iconic. It is an iconic injury, but obviously not good. Does a pretty good job of kind of explaining what the blind side is, what story we're about to get, what position this guy's going to play, and go from there. Okay, we got it right here. I mean, it's just crazy, bro. 1985 to 2018, both on November 18th, both on the Redskins, both in DC, 39-yard line, final score the exact same. 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, J.J. Watt, Lawrence Taylor. Pro Bowl left tackles off the field due to injury, broken right tibia and fibula, like crazy, like
I never even saw that. That's awesome. Not
eerie
awesome,
stats.
but weird.
Yeah, when I was watching it, I just like immediately wrote down like look up Alex Smith stats because I know it was like the exact same thing.
It was on the 42-yard line for Joe Theismann and the 40-yard line for Alex Smith. So they said it was
okay.
It was
Well, that's from Sports Illustrated.
Yeah,
that I got that from. Hopefully, they ain't lying.
No, all those stats are the exact same that came off ChatGPT, so they probably got it off of Sports.
Oh, okay. ChatGPT's line. Yeah. Get confused.
But yeah, that part's crazy. They do a good job of opening it, and then you get introduced to Big Mike, Big Tony, Steven, getting into school. I mean, I feel like you got to give a shout out to Big Tony. Like,
see, I did watch a little bit, but I've watched it so many times, kind of like Trav. I didn't get around to rewatching it, but I did try to. And at the beginning, I didn't realize that he was trying to get to Wingate. Like Big Tone was trying to get them both into Wingate, and that's when Coach was like, "What did he say? Good God," or whatever. When he saw
Little
Big
one
Mike,
Steven. That's Big Mike.
Yeah. he was like he was like going to town on this basketball hoop, and he's like, "Good God,
yeah,
get him on my whatever team I got."
And I love just like, and we can kind of just let's free ball this one. I think overall being based on a true story, but like you knew, and I've been curious. You know, it's like you probably won't ever get the real story from the coach, but like it seemed like a private school, maybe not, but a Christian school, Catholic school, whatever it was. The coach just pushed all his chips in to get this kid in, and I think I've coached football for a few years. There's both sides of that coin. Like, I think people can look at that and see, like, look at the negative of it. All he's doing is trying to get this kid on his football team. And you can look at the positive, like, this guy actually wants to help this kid get into school. They're both true. Like, they're both true. I mean, I worked at a school that, didn't need – I mean, athletics were good, decent. And they didn't necessarily need athletes to kind of fill enrollment. So you go fight battles to get kids in that maybe are coming from, lesser schools. The GPA is not as good, maybe lesser situations. And you do go fight those battles because, one, they're good football players, and two, you do want to give the kid an opportunity. Now, I worked at the college level, so it's a little bit different, but both of those things are true. Like, yes, you want them to play football, but most importantly, like, those coaches, I would say 95%, 99%. Like, you want to believe it 100%, but I'm sure there's some guys out there maybe not, unfortunately. But you do the most. I would like to believe 100% of coaches. Like, yes, you see the benefit you get on the football field, but you at the same time, being around it, like, they want the best for the kids too. Like, you got to give kids opportunities. Mm-hmm. And like looking at your fucking transcripts or GPA is not telling you the story behind the kid, So that scene was, for me, it like kind of hit home of just memories of like being involved and like going to those fights or trying to get those kids enrolled, and they want to play for you, and you can't get them in. It's like admissions is the stickler. High school is different, obviously, but it's still admissions, and it's like. Both of those things are true. You see the benefit on the football field, but the long-term benefit of getting a kid just an education in this situation, obviously from a pretty rough background of not being able to, sleeping on couches, different houses, doesn't have a home. Like, you got to get these kids a chance. And it's not just what they can do on the football field. Yeah, that's going to be awesome. And that's what they want to do. And that's what you want to, you want to see what they can do. And it also, it keeps them on a schedule.
Yep.
Like, being involved in a sport is like, it gets you discipline. It teaches you time management, responsibility. Like, just getting into school is different. Being a student athlete, like, you've got a lot of other shit going on. So you're getting these responsibilities, and you'll find out who can handle it and who can't. But like, I thought that scene was cool because, yeah, he's pushing his chips in to get this kid in because he knows he can play O-line or D-line for him. in the same breath, like coaches want those kids to have an opportunity.
Yep. I think in the landscape, even since 2009, has changed so much, even in high school football and now with college having the NIL. I mean, I don't know how much NIL has to do with linemen. It's mostly skill players that I think are really affected by it. But I'm sure it's a lot of similar stories with players that aren't old linemen that have the same background. Like, hey, this guy's really fast. He's a really good pass catcher, can run the hell out of the football. But yeah, I mean, how are we going to get him in here in the last, 14 years since the movie came out? No, 16? 16 years?
Yeah,
A
16.
lot has changed.
Mm-hmm.
A lot has changed. So
Yeah.
that was the thing that I was going to bring up, because they did talk about at the end of the movie of like how many stories are like him right now that either you don't know about or will become one. And I don't know. My opinion is that there's going to be more that come out just for the fact that either people are greedy and are going to want to make money off of it, or they're going to want to go, hey, like, here's an opportunity for you to make a living, get an education, not just get the scholarship, but you can also have a savings plan for after school.
Well, it made me think about the Nick Saban interview. Or I don't know, it wasn't an interview. I think he was speaking at a conference, but just the Henry Ruggs story. Like when he was on our team, didn't have any issues, didn't have any problems, was on the field, was eligible to play, doing well in school, never had an issue with our team. And you go to the pros, and unfortunate, going 100 whatever miles an hour, kill somebody, and he's in prison, life's taken away at 23 years old. Like, where was your buddy that took the keys? Where's and like, that's where it gets, like, as you get to the pros, it's like you are an adult. I was listening to a podcast today, like they're essentially independent contractors. It's a team, but like, that's what they are.
Yep.
So just like high school football, high school sports, college sports, any sport, football, gymnastics, track, like, doesn't matter. Having that discipline, responsibility, the team, like, people around you, it's just good for youth. So overall, I mean, again, it goes back to Michael Orr, like, the coach putting a leg up for him, and then you get on to the future scene of when the Tuies drive by him walking, cold, rain, shorts, t-shirt, doesn't have a clothes bag, has a plastic bag of his one other shirt,
Mm-hmm.
probably one other socks, shorts, whatever, and then turn it around to go get him. Like that. I mean, it's just that I'm an emotional guy. Like those scenes, those scenes, like, give you tears. Like go pick him up. Like turn the
Tim
car
McGraw,
around.
one of my favorite quotes. He's like, turns to SJ and he goes, "I've seen that look before."
Yeah,
she's about to get what she wants.
Yeah, and like we can talk at the back end about the aftermath and whatever, but like in that, like, again, it goes back to whatever you want to say about this family afterwards. It goes to the same thing with the coach. Like, in the moment, like, that is, you're not looking at that kid thinking like, oh, we can get this kid in, and he's going to go get a D1 scholarship, be a first round pick, and win a Super Bowl. Like, that's not what they're thinking in that moment, right?
Right.
So that seems cool, and like just doing something like that. I mean, I think it takes balls.
For sure.
Opening the door to a stranger and kid. It's like, I don't know. I don't know if I would. You'd like to think it's like one of those. It's one of those thought experiments. Like, you'd like to think you'd do the same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you were fortunate enough to be able to do that, or have the I don't know if it's capabilities or whatever word I'm looking for, but like, you'd like to think you'd do the same thing.
Yeah.
And like getting them in, turning around, and going to get them in the car, just to have them come sleep on the couch, have a place to stay. Where are you going? The gym? Why? School's been closed. Like, because it's warm. Like, get in the fucking car. You're going over with us.
Here's a quick stat too of just the timeline of him getting in there. Not to cut you off or change the subject, but I was just finding this interesting. He was drafted in 2009, correct? I think that was the year he was drafted.
This movie came out in 2009, I know.
Movie came out in 2009, so he wasn't even really in the league yet. Or maybe it was part of his draft process or whatever.
I gotcha. He was I think All American honor senior year 2008, drafted by the Baltimore Ravens in 2009.
Yep.
So he was a rookie.
First year making 1.2 million, and then you're going into the rest of your career and you make a total of $34 million off of this. Like, this goes back to your point, Brendan. Like, is that, hindsight, is that what she's seeing? Is that what anybody else is seeing in that moment? No, I don't think so. I think you're just trying to help somebody out.
No, and I mean, based on the movie, is like he's going to be I'm assuming like a freshman or something, like however old he was, but like he's either a transfer. He's not a senior in high school getting into this, so it's like
Right.
You don't see that.
Right.
Guy didn't even play football,
Right.
So yeah, unbelievable. And then they have the worry like sleeping on the couch, and they gets up in the morning and hey, if you hear a scream, call the insurance broker or whatever. And you go downstairs and everything's folded up, put on the couch, nice. It's a good kid.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's leaving because he's like, I don't want to be a burden, going to find, going next place to stay, figuring something else out. Leanne Tui, Sandra Bullock's character, she's unbelievable. Like, since she walks outside, seeing him walking out the driveway, and she's like, Michael, or Big Mike, before she finds out he wants to be called Michael, and starts walking towards him. He's just standing there. She's like, you going to make me walk the whole way? Get your fucking ass over here. And then,
She's so good in this.
invited him in to stay longer, till I figure something out. Yeah, dude, it's just it's a good movie to think like of morality, and like, would you want to believe you would do exactly the same thing?
Yeah, if you could.
Right.
At least help as much as you can.
Yeah. Unreal. Pulling up to Mike's place, he wants to take her out. She wants to take her take him on a shopping spree because he's like, I got clothes. A shirt and a bag is not clothes. Fighting with her, doesn't want the handout, and we're gonna go to mom's house and pick up my clothes, and she's evicted or wherever he thought she was. Eviction notice, wasn't home, whatever, doesn't tell her, and he's just like, don't get out of the car. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just as like, and it goes to like later on, it's like he's very low percentile in a lot of different things, like 98 percentile in protective instincts. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know anything about it. I
don't even know how you test that.
Yeah,
that's standardized test. That's weird, but yeah,
cool stat for him to have if it's true. Sweet. I mean, it's very believable, and they kind of make that
offensive tackle.
They make it believable just how he acts. Like in that scene, in the car wreck scene when he puts his arm over SJ to block the airbag, like you see it. They make that a big point of emphasis of protective instincts. But yeah, the kid just keeps getting kicked down every time he goes. He's not trying to take the hand out. The big and tall story, funny. Best quote in the movie. This is all you got. You need big and tall. Like that's bigger and taller. This is a big motherfucker right here.
Yeah.
And then just picks out just all kind of Harry Potter, Hufflepuff, Gryffindor,
rugby
Slytherin
uniforms where SJ finally gave him shit. Will you stop wearing those rugby shirts? You look like a big bumblebee.
Yeah. Unreal. SJ's character is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I think coaches him up on the field, teaching him the plays. They're running fucking gap scheme, teaching him gap scheme in the kitchen with condiments and spices and shit. Like SJ is just beyond his years. Like, great character. But what was it? I always have these notes about like digging before the pod, but how about Leanne's friends?
I hated those scenes. Just so
disgusting.
Cringe-worthy.
Yeah.
Cringe is the best word.
Just horrible people.
And those happen.
Yeah.
So much. Like that's not like, that's totally normal.
Specific to this situation.
Yeah.
That is common.
Yeah. And in Memphis, like, has obviously, talking about the neighborhood they were going in, it's like Memphis has that rep of having some rough areas. And it's like, it's just I don't know. I feel like in her shoes, did the right thing eventually of like cutting them off, but like just disgusting people.
Yep.
There was one comment where like one of the moms said something about adopting or whatever, and Leanne's dead dad. She goes, "Well, he's been dead for 5 years. You were at the funeral with that godforsaken ugly ass hat."
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
absolutely roasts her.
yeah.
Just one of the many good lines by Leanne or Sandra delivered in this movie.
Well, and even the dad calling and like when he's in the Christmas photo, she's like, "Get in here, Mike. Like Michael, get in this next photo." Tim McGraw's character's kind of looking like Sean Toohey, I think is his name.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to put him in the Christmas card. And yeah, yes, you are in the Christmas card. And the dad calls. He's like, "Did y'all know there's a colored boy in your photo?" It's like that's the type of shit,
Mm-hmm.
And he's hearing that. And they just start laughing. It's like it was cool to see them kind of just brush that. He like turns around and Land pays no mind to it whatsoever. Just completely disregards all the bullshit.
The motherly instincts just show up left and right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Treated him like their own.
True mother bear.
He's just a big teddy bear.
Mm-hmm.
Like they wouldn't harm a fly. Protective. We talked about the 98th percentile protective instincts. But just a big teddy bear, and they get him on the football field for the first practice, and the guy has no fucking clue what he's doing. Absolutely no idea. He's getting beat off the edge, holding. Looks up at the balloons in the sky. Reminded me of Bryce Young looking at the fucking helmet game on the big screen, the jumbotron during the game, during the timeout, not in the huddle. But like that's what you're getting. Like he doesn't know any better. It's like you just got this behemoth, and you gotta teach the guy. And SJ took a big part in that. And I think it's funny, Leanne's scenes of like getting down in just getting in the huddle, fuck it, at practice, showing up and just walking down and telling him like this quarterback is like, you said you have my back down in the, down at the big and tall shop.
Yeah, that was an all-time scene. She
Get
went
back
down.
in the huddle.
Yeah.
Grabs the running back and says, "This is SJ." Everybody else is like Sean and Collins.
Mm-hmm.
And then he just clicks, and she's like walking away. He's like, "You can thank me later."
Yeah.
And then he just starts fucking dogging kids.
I hope that was a real conversation.
Yeah, I wonder if she was
Probably
actually like,
was.
getting down in the field and trying to coach him
maybe,
up like that.
Maybe not in the huddle, but I can see her like calling him over and putting that scenario out.
Or just after practice, but they did it in practice for dramatic effect.
I'm cool with dramatic effect on a true story, especially if it just like visualizes something that may have just been talked about. Like, what are they going to do? Just sit and talk about everything that they talked about, or are you going to actually put it in a visualization?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that's kind of when SJ kind of takes over the coaching and summer workout program, putting them through drills, giving them the ball drill, going right, left, through, down, with the football, like things that you remember doing in high school.
That I would believe that he was involved that much, because I think some football coaches, especially at that level, would love to be not be that guy. Just let some kid do that. I don't want to go out there and do all the effort. Like, let him do it. He's got the energy.
Yeah, and they had a good relationship,
Yeah.
What's crazy to me, and like I wonder if this part's true, and I'm just taking like right now, just take everything as it's true. I know it's probably not everything in this movie is true. That's not how it works. The craziest thing to me is like the reason why the adoption talks started happening. And I know they have the scene of like he's going to be 18 soon, like we're not going to adopt him. Makes sense. All started just because he wanted his license and they couldn't get it. Kind of a weird domino to fall. And like cool quote from him, like, "Why do you want a driver's license? You don't have a car. I just something with my name on it,
Yeah.
Something I can have with my name on it,
Shows me
like
that I'm me."
Cool response. But like that being the kind of the first domino to fall in order for that to kind of get rolling. And I think she gives hints of like having thoughts of she had thoughts of it doing that, but the 18 part of it being an adult made sense. But for that to happen, and then for can't find any birth certificates, goes and talks to mom. Cool scene. Doesn't even know who the dad is. Like kind of seeing a little bit more of the onion. They talk a lot about in this movie that peeling an onion back.
Right.
That's part of the onion being peeled back, and kind of his backstory. She meets the mom. Leanne going to do all these things is awesome too. Just nuts of steel too. Doesn't really care. Going to go find out all this shit and make sure she's doing right by him, and just telling her you can always see, call him, see him, whatever. But like he's been staying at my house, we're taking care of him. He's good. Like just giving that kind of being kind of like, I don't want to say the rock, but giving the consoling her like, hey, your son's okay.
Yep.
We got him. Tearjerker, asking him to be their legal guardians. They're like, do you want to be part of this family? And his response was, I kind of thought I already was.
Yeah.
That scene just got me going a little bit.
Yeah, that's the perfect
kind of cool
response.
Yeah, like there was just times like leading up to that where she would ask him, like, I think they were in the library, or no, they went to the bookstore before dinner, and it was just like, oh, did your mom ever read you those? No. Just like, and then it just like said it, like she's like, oh,
and he doesn't think anything of it.
Yeah, and she's just like, oh fuck yeah, just like the realization. I think there was another one I just can't think of off the top of my head, but that was the one that like really stuck out to me at the beginning, where she's just like, oh jeez, like this guy. I think he asked her, you got a mother, you got a grandma.
It was when they got him, when they put him in the room, and he's like, I never had one of these before. And she's like, oh
yeah, that one too. Like, oh, after she said, you've already destroyed a $10,000 couch, which, be honest with you, what is it?
Yeah,
I get he got money, but $10,000 for a couch, that's crazy.
Yeah, and to tell him that, like fuck.
Yeah,
but she was kind of a no filter character.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I never had one of these. Like, what, your own room? Like, no, a bed.
A bed, yeah.
Yeah, like crazy, dude. Absolutely crazy.
I think it's a good point to keep making with sports being whether it's football, basketball, whatever. Sports is the like catalyst of all these people greeting and meeting and getting in touch with people like this that can make this happen. Like there's probably so many stories that don't make it to this level where it's like a movie and the guy's super successful, but just having a roof over your head. You know, like that's you're winning out of your situation that you were dealt with just that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that, even at just the base level of that would be a good movie. Even though if he doesn't get successful.
Yeah, absolutely. And they get him his license. They buy him a truck. And that funny quote like, "You got him a truck, or he wanted a truck." He's like, he thinks he's a redneck. Like just being around those people. Memphis, Mississippi ties. And then they, the scene, we talked about the airbag already, but they're going to go pick up Madden, just jamming out to Bust a Move. Like, you want it? And they, like, the funniest thing is like SJ's, however old, and he's like, puts a song on SJ's, vibe, and he's like, what do you know about this song? And SJ's just hitting every fucking line. They're just going back and forth. And then the car wreck scene, man, like that guy, he wasn't paying attention, but that truck, I know you guys maybe don't remember right off the top of your head, but like that truck backed out into the road. Like, he hit him. Like that truck backed out into oncoming traffic.
Right.
So like, he wasn't paying attention and getting wrecked, but
it wasn't his fault.
No, when I saw it again, it's like I forgot about. I knew that scene. I knew that happened, but like
a guy with 98 percentile protection, rating, he's not going to be, he's going to know better. The accident's not going to be his fault.
No, and they were having a good time and they were jamming out, but like, that guy backed right up into the fucking road. So didn't think that, but like yeah. But then when Leanne gets the call, shows up, and SJ is fine, he's like, is this blood going to come out of my shirt? Like, favorite shirt. Kind of funny. I had a third grade, skull fracture back in the day, and have one of my fucking favorite shirts on, and just it was ruined. They had to cut the sleeves off, cut the top down. It's like I was thinking about the same thing. So when I saw that, it brings me back. Like I was worried about my shirt too because it's covered in blood. And it's like I fucking love this shirt, and
Yeah.
I wouldn't throw it away. I think I don't know if it's still in my room or not back home, but like I would refuse to throw it away because I still want to wear it. But like it was a long sleeve that had to cut everything off to get it off me. And I was thinking when he said that, he's like, "Is this blood gonna come out of my shirt?" Like that's all he cared about. The kid. That's just kid things,
Yeah.
Fucking love this shirt. So
Especially
thought about that.
Possessions that you don't normally have. Somebody got you. Like that's,
Yeah.
it means even more.
Yeah, and when Leanne sees because the guy, the firefighter, whoever EMT, whoever it was telling her like usually they can't sit in the front, there's fractured bones and stuff, and airbag must have malfunctioned, and you see Michael's arm and it's just torched. Like, I stopped it. That was cool. Gets the tears getting going again. But we get to we have a practice, and then we get to the first game. Looks like a fish out of water out there. Can't figure it out. Leanne calls the coach's cell phone in the middle of the game. And then, the cool
Run
thing
the
is
damn
like the
ball.
Run the damn ball. Metamore football.
Yeah. And he just says, "See you later." And Tim McGraw's character is just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Just accepting it, but doesn't want to.
But her point got through because the coach, when they get the flag for kicking him in the head, and then he fucking loses his shit about protecting his players and being the guy, and then Michael kind of clicks and grabs him like, "Coach, I got you," and then just fucking starts eating guys alive. Throwing dudes, drove the guy 60 yards down the field, threw him over the wall. That kid was talking shit.
Oh yeah.
I think I wrote down 66 has had enough. Like that kid
66 has had enough.
That kid had enough at that point. He got his ass whooped because he couldn't handle shifts. He couldn't handle stunts. Like he'd never seen that in practice. And then they just roll and they call 47. Michael calls the play in the huddle 47 gap, and the quarterback's like, "What the fuck?" He's like, 47 gap. And then the coach is like, "Oh, the two things. One, throw a flag on the play for driving him." And he's like, "Was it a late hit?" "No." "Did he hit him after the whistle?" Like, "No." And there's like excessive blocking is the call they end up calling. Like they had to throw a flag on something.
He was giving him the business.
Yeah. Well, the coach asked Michael, "Why did you?" He's like, "Well, I stopped at the whistle, coach." And he's like, "Why'd you take him all the way to the end zone and throw him over the wall?" It's like, "I was taking him to the bus. It was time for him to go home." I drove that motherfucker to the bus, dude. And that kid's day was over. From then, the dad in the stands behind Leanne was talking all that shit too. And then she gets up and chirps back. He knew that was coming.
That I believe too. I would imagine that's true story stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
they call a flag for excessive blocking or some shit on that one blocking play too, where he blocked 66 over the fence.
Yeah, that's what Brendan was saying. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to figure out what scene that was, and I was tuned out. Sorry.
No, yeah, they were throwing a flag.
Continue on.
They're throwing a flag for something, and they couldn't figure out what it was, and then they just said excessive blocking. It's not a flag.
No.
Yeah, so they dominate their first game. He obviously is on the trajectory. We don't really get to watch a whole lot more of football, but that's all you needed to see. Coaches are in. SJ's sending tape out. Get the tape going. SJ's always got the video camera going. And then they get to the practice, and you got the whole fucking SEC, ACC. You got Saban there. You got Tennessee's coach. You got fucking Bobby Bowden out there. I think Bobby Bowden.
Orgeron.
Edo, I don't think was at that practice because at that time.
Not the practice. Yeah, he was at the
Ole Miss
home.
didn't have a head coach at the time, but like the fact that they got a lot of those coaches to come do it. I mean, Lou Holtz was in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was cool, and they're like everybody's there, and they're like board drill, and they put their best on best, and he just buries them, and then they just all leave. Like that's all we need to see, and the coach is taking credit, like, "Oh, coach, you must have done a good job." Leanne standing right there. And the coach is like, "I'll fucking take credit."
Yeah.
Yeah. What am I going to say?
Technically, you did see him first, though, right?
Yeah. I mean, he
True.
saw Big
Technically.
Mike from Big Tony.
We saw Big Mike first.
Um, 0.6 GPA that we learned at the beginning of the movie, and then jumping that to a 1.76 is quite the jump, and he has to get to 2.5 to be eligible for D1 football. That is quite the mission in and of itself.
Yeah.
From a 0.6. Now, granted, you get any sort of A, your GPA by default is going to go up at 0.6. But 0.6 to 2.5 is a fucking. I mean, 0.6 to 1.76 is where he was at when they were learning about needing him, and that's when they hired Miss Sue to come tutor. But like to 1.76 from 0.6 and then getting to a 2.5 is quite the fucking jump.
Yeah. Yeah, especially at schools like that where it's, I would assume it's higher level stuff. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
I know that one teacher is a stickler. So have fun.
Yeah,
Actually, a couple of them are.
Yeah, the one teacher that believed him and got to know him and got to kind of got the ball
Actually
rolling on
work
that.
with him, yeah.
Yeah. And I don't want to breeze through all this, but I definitely want to have a conversation about the aftermath. So trying to run through here because we're kind of done with football and the press is on, right? Of getting them to 2.5 GPA. The Ole Miss press is in full force. Tutor went there, parents went there. They want him to go Ole Miss. Saban coming to the house at LSU is funny. Thinking about Saban in LSU gears was funny to me, but coaching him up, and then this SJ being a part of every home visit. Just he's the recruiting catalyst. Like, what are you going to give me?
Yeah.
And I understand what he's got. He's going to full ride. He's all everything.
Yeah.
What am I getting from you? And then we're offering him coin tosses, walking the team out of the tunnel.
Yeah.
You're going to be at every game. Like they're competing to get him through SJ.
Yes.
Love that. Absolutely love that.
Should be a salesman.
And at that time, Eddie O is not the coach quite yet at Ole Miss because they didn't have one. And then Eddie O gets hired. They bring him in, and it's just, again, it's so funny. Like Leanne just telling Ed O, like, here's what they offered. Here's what they offered. We wanted to be a fucking rebel.
Yeah.
Here's what you got. Like, and Ed O's like getting coached up before he goes in the meeting. And then he's like, and I'll let you lead the team. You know, I'll let you lead the team. Walk
Out the door.
whatever at the tunnel. And he's like, Tennessee offered me the coin toss.
Yeah.
That's good and all, Ed.
You can see it in his face. He's like, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Just
That's great.
the SEC. That's, I mean, they probably did, as far as painting a picture of what recruiting is, especially in the SEC. That's like, you go to a house, there's a good chance that Mama Bear likes, they may like the same team that you coach for, but there's a good chance that they like the team that you coach against.
Yeah.
Like that, the rivalry down there is just unprecedented. It's a whole different ball game.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I mean, look at those signing day things where the kid picks up the hat, throws
Mhm.
it, the
And
parents
mom's
walk up.
pissed.
Coach Eddie O, and I'm try my I'll give it a shot at the impression of impersonating Neto. He's got a pretty unique voice, but his when they're giving the little briefing at the front door, he's like, he just says, "I heard the kid could really pepper the gumbo."
He referenced. I was watching a Barstool video. He referenced the gumbo because he made gumbo on Chef Donnie's video.
He's
Well, you probably have
a
gumbo quite a
Louisiana
bit.
guy.
And he goes, yeah. He's like, do you determine if you like a guy on their gumbo? He goes, well, I recruited Joe Burrow, and it was basically said Joe Burrow's gumbo sucked.
yeah.
But he's probably an Ohio boy too. So
Yep.
Sue kind of makes in the grand scheme of things, kind of feels like making a bad mistake talking about how there's, I think it was Tennessee's got the dead bodies under the field and they come up and grab it, decompose. Like he's trying to full court press this kid into Ole Miss, get him off of Tennessee. He commits to Ole Miss, Coach O getting the win, but he's got to write a good essay in order to get that 1/3 of the grade. That particular teacher, they get him going on that. Sean Tui, Tim McGraw's character coaches him up on what to write about, gets the 2.5 GPA, and then the NCAA investigation begins of this family, brought you in, they push you to Ole Miss, like they went to Ole Miss, they're big boosters at Ole Miss, like just putting it on this kid, and he just, I think that part of that has to be pretty true of like getting put in that situation, and Michael just kind of crumbling of like getting frustrated and then believing it because these people are just trying to torture it, and like I get their point, but it's like you're just putting this kid through hell. On the come up story he's had, and then walking out and just asking Leanne like, "Why'd you do it?"
Right.
Did you guys always wanted me to go to Ole Miss? You guys always wanted this, and this goes back to our point earlier of like that's not who they saw when they found you.
Right.
They didn't think Ole Miss left tackle first round draft pick. They saw a kid that would know where to go,
Yep.
and we're going to bring him in. But like he started to believe that because the fucking investigators are putting it in his head, and it's like I get their job that they're doing, but I don't think they really understood where he came from.
Yeah, it's about him. It's not about anybody else.
No, and he believes it all, and he pretty much leaves it all, goes back home to where his mom lives, and with the guys that he probably grew up around, and having a 40, which made me think like, dude, what a good way to kind of get drunk cheap. I forgot about 40s.
Edward 40 hands.
Edward 40 hands back in college kind of ruined those for you or for me. But like, what a good, like buying 2 of those, man. Like you don't need to buy a $25 bottle of booze or 8-pack and drink 8. Like, just get 2 40s, call it a day.
You just need 2, yeah.
Yeah, dude. You won't even remember finishing the second one. And then just gets into it. Like Greg tries to pull a gun on him, talking shit about his mom and Collins, and like seeing Michael's 98th percentile protective instincts kick back in. Snaps, loses it, throws them all, fighting all these guys. They got, they're strapped, and it's a bad situation. And ends up meeting back up with Leanne because she goes to find him, and he's at the laundromat, kind of full circle, back to when you saw him washing his clothes and shit in the sink and trying to bum a dryer and throw his clothes in there. Didn't have any money, and I think it was cool to kind of come full circle to find and Leanne going to the projects and talking shit to those people, standing their ground, talking about I always am strapped. Calling him a bitch. That was cool. Like, where you going, bitch? And he's like, she comes back and it's like, calls him a bitch. Like, just kind of a cool scene. But getting full circle, getting there, telling him we think you should go to Tennessee to kind of get full circle here. And then gets back in the interview, kind of calmed down. And you never asked me why I chose Ole Miss. You asked why you were worried about all these other people. You didn't ask me why I wanted to go to Ole Miss, and they were like, "Why do you want to go?" He's like, "Because that's where my family goes. My family goes to Ole Miss."
Yep.
Like that was cool. That was cool, and like that's what it should matter.
That's a give you goosebumps. There's so many give you goosebumps lines in there of like cool quotes, cool sayings that you gotta believe. Maybe they weren't worded the same way in the same situation. Like obviously it's made for film, but regardless, like. Those are his intentions. I believe that, in a certain way, that's basically what he said.
Yeah. Yeah, and then they go, right? He goes to Ole Miss. They get him coached up. Leanne's leaving because she can't do goodbyes very well. And I thought, again, it's like after he graduated, I think they won the state title based on what you see, the trophy they had. But, she talks about I need a proper hug. And then she gives him a side hug at Ole Miss to drop him off and goes back to the car to kind of cry and just get out of there. And he goes back, taps on the window, and I need a proper hug. Like another goosebump moment, full circle, bringing things back to light. Guy's an All-American, makes the Dean's List. Collins goes to Ole Miss. SJ got everything he was promised. Drafted in 2009, Super Bowl champion. The rest is history. Overall thoughts on the movie? I mean, my thoughts personally, again, I thought it was unbelievable. I think it's an emotional movie. I think it's a great story. It is a lot of goosebumps. There's a full circle that it makes you think a lot about. And we talk about this if a movie makes you think about a lot about your life or life in general. It did something right, and the morality of it, wishing you could do the same. How many kids are out there that are in the same situations or similar situations and don't get the opportunity that he got? I thought they did a really good job.
What were the ratings in this? What did it get on the old tomato meter?
Good question.
We got 85 on the popcorn meter, which is us right now. And a 66 on the tomato meter, which ain't bad, which also we'll get into it, but I wonder how much of a fall it took on
Yeah,
the
what was it like?
ultimatometer,
What was it
like
10 years
over the
ago?
past, yeah, which I don't know how to find that, but
Which it shouldn't affect the
it still
rating of the
shouldn't.
movie.
Well,
But
you know,
I get it.
yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, no, I enjoy the story. We all enjoy the story of just the come up and you know background of him and just the football story of it is cool, but the people story of it is, I would say, even cooler.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know this is the episode where we normally would do a draft, but I think we wait for that for next week when we get all four of us back here and get a draft theme going, and we'll do that. But I wanted to speed up the back end of that movie because I do want to talk about the aftermath that's happened since this movie's come out.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think? What do you think the reason why? Because I think their relationship has been very halted, and I don't know if it's completely ruined, but I mean he sued him.
Yeah.
Um, I think that a lot of the things I was trying to read up on prior is that he thought he was being adopted. They had conservationship,
Conservatorship.
Just like Britney Spears.
Britney
yeah.
Spears.
Yeah. And I don't know where I stand on it. Obviously, there's a lot of truth to his thoughts because he was living in it, and I wonder if he got drafted in 2009. This movie came out in 2009, so a lot of this was starting to happen probably while he was in college or that year.
The making of it was like a senior year of college, yeah.
And he didn't like the way they portrayed his life as he was some sorry ass kid. Like he didn't like that. He didn't like the way they portrayed him as his I guess his life. Like he didn't really have a say in the movie. And I just wonder, and I'm curious what you guys' thoughts are. Is like, what do you think the relationship dynamic was at that point when this movie started to be filmed? Like, what do you think the Tuohys? Was there ill intention? Was there we gave all this money for this guy and we did all these things for him, which we've talked about on the pod, like you want to believe it was all from the heart of the hearts, and then he gets to this point, and do you think like all I could think about was like were they wanting to get another cut of this and pat themselves on the back and make some money?
I don't
they
think
both
they
rebutted it.
They own Taco Bells and KFCs and all the things. They don't need the money, right?
No, but all those people want more money.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know.
I can see them being.
They probably wanted to pay. They're probably greedier than him. They probably wanted recognition more than I think the money, really.
Yeah.
And the timeline
the money
of
would
it,
be good.
I think post college and into pros, like he probably got in the know and people in his circle after that point that told him, hey, like you got screwed over for this, this, and this, regardless of their intentions.
I wonder if like the ends, yeah.
Well, also, like I think it stems from like just like a father son, father daughter, mother son, mother daughter, whatever, adopted kid, whatever the case may be, like that relationship. A lot of if he had no say in the movie, which he didn't, he wasn't a part of it.
Right.
Your feelings get involved there, and I think they probably did have a good relationship. And then this happens, and then that when your feelings get involved, a lot of things can happen from there. And I think good point about his circle of people around him. Maybe at that point having an agent, people that look after your money, your legal responsibilities and things like that of what you could do and push back on it. And I'm sure he was hurt by the fact that they did this without him.
And I was just looking this up too. He made like nothing off the movie, so that would piss you off. This movie's about me, regardless of how anybody else feels. Like,
kind of makes you wonder about the NCAA scenes where they were roasting him and all this stuff, and like he was starting to believe it. Maybe that part is actually true, and he still believed it.
Yeah.
But they like kind of like painted a different picture where he just was like, "No, this is bullshit."
Yeah.
And like maybe they just cut that part out that he was just like, no, this is bullshit. And they said, oh no, he came around. He played for Ole Miss. That's the dude. I think it's just that's what the SEC was, and it's what the SEC kind of is, in my opinion. It's just there's a lot of money down there,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of money,
I saw
a lot of football fans.
I saw a note from her that said we split. She said in defense that we split the money 5 ways, and his story is not the same. She said I think it was like 114 or 170, like somewhere in that range, $114,000 each.
Yeah,
And
it
we
said
split the
court
profits.
documents show the Tuohys and Orr each allegedly received a share of the rights deal with Warner Brothers, which was $225,000 upfront per person and 2.5% of net proceeds. But the royalty checks, the Tuohys claim Orr received quarterly checks over the years amounting to millions. And this is from lawsuit documents, too. So
This lawsuit came out in like 2023.
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty recently.
Very recent.
It was very well after this, so it's like that goes back to the circle and like who he's around and what's his situation now. I think he's retired. There's a lot of question marks around why this would have happened and what maybe transpired then and how distant did they get from one another after he was in the league for so long and moved to Baltimore and played for a few different teams. But like it's just it sucks because it is such a good story. And the movie's great, and like they do a good job of painting the picture, and like this coming out makes you want to. It makes you wish he was involved and see what differences would have happened,
Right.
and that would have solved everything.
Right.
It's like it's very odd that it's odd to me that it panned out the way that it did.
I think it would have been a better movie.
Yeah, he would have gotten more depth. I mean, we had a lot of depth, but we only had it from the Tuohy's perspective, and I guess what they were told or what they thought from him.
Which is a great perspective to get it from, but
yeah. How much more would we have gotten with Michael involved?
If it came out now, or came out a year or two from now.
He gets involved in his own movie, makes Blindside 2, the story of Michael Orr. That would be fucking sick.
Might be a little 30 for 30 doc or
dude, we need
Netflix sports doc. Yeah.
We need the Blindside : the story through Michael Orr. I need that. We need that. And who's produced? Someone's already had that idea. Someone's tried to produce it.
How about Blindsided?
Blindsided.
Trav, call him right now.
Blindsided. Book it. Copyright it. That's our idea. Extra Butter Pod. We need to keep those ideas in house. We can't be putting that out to the public.
Yeah.
Blindsided.
Crick puts it on the story.
Yeah.
Blindsided. The story of Michael Orr.
Yes.
That would be fucking. I'd watch it.
Hey, and
in a
like
heartbeat.
the background of your screen, whatever. It's just Michael Orr standing next to a stack of cash, or her standing next to a stack of cash.
He's holding the fucking Lombardi. I need that. I need that now. I didn't even think about that, but I would love that to come out like a 30 for 30 something. Like give me Michael Orr. He probably would never do it, but I need the story of Michael Orr. You might need, there's athletes and famous people that eventually, you hope it doesn't happen.
He only made it in the 30s of millions of dollars. Like he's poor.
Yeah, but he should be fine.
He's poor.
He's poor.
But like you
Uncle
can hear
Sam
stories
took
like
a lot of that money.
You hear stories like AI. It's like the guy would leave his clothes in different cities because he'd buy a new wardrobe every city he went to. It's like people aren't always great with their money. So maybe there is a time where he needs a little cash, and we get the story. We get Blindsided, produced by Extra Butter Podcast. We'll get him on here. Let's get Michael Orr on the pod.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
Let's get Michael Orr on the pod and have a special edition episode, and let's hear the real story because we don't have it. We haven't gotten it.
Yep.
So hopefully that comes up. But overall, good movie. Hopefully we get Blindsided sometime here in the future, and we will expect royalties off of that coined name.
Yes.
This is going to be published on September 26th, 2025. Extra Butter holds all the rights to the term Blindsided if the Michael Orr story ever comes out.
And you technically heard it right here first.
Right here. I heard it first. Chris heard it first.
I heard it first. Everybody else is going to hear it first. in a week from today.
Yep.
Well, they're not going to hear it first because we heard it first.
They're gonna hear it fourth.
Yeah. Third. You don't count. You said it.
No, true.
Blindsided story of Michael Orr. You didn't not hear it.
Here we are doing math again.
What's the inflation rate?
Great question. We don't have our inflation expert on the pod today, so can't get to that one. Episode 3 in the books, football series. Football is going to continue to be talked about throughout the next till February. We'll get past the football series. We'll still open the pod with football talk. Like I said earlier, if you hate it, you're not a football guy, you're not a football gal. I like guys who like football, and guys who like football seem to like me, and even guys who don't like football,
like movies.
they can't stand to be around me because I just want to get them to like football.
But they like movies.
Shout out Harbaugh, Jim Harbaugh to be specific. But getting into the finale of the football series, hopefully having a draft next week with the 4 of us back on the pod, we bring up the wheel to figure out what we're going to be bringing home in the series that is El Football, which is Spanish for the football.
Give me a water, boy.
Quick trigger out of Trav. I want to go with one I haven't seen. I've seen 2 of the 3 we've watched so far, so we did get one I hadn't seen, which is nice. I know Chris picked Grader last week. Actually, fuck it. I'm not doing with one I haven't seen. I want to mix up. Give me the comebacks. Give me a little comedy spoof. That movie's fun. Seal Terry. We need it.
Give me Rudy. Fuck it.
Rudy was damn close last time. Let's DJ spin that shit.
I'm surprised you haven't picked Invincible yet, Brennan.
Nice.
I did last week. I think I did last week. Damn, you almost got it. I haven't seen Draft Day.
Love it.
Costner.
Kevin Costner's Draft Day. I don't think I've seen this. Have you guys?
I have not.
I've only seen it once.
I've started it.
Maybe twice, but I know I've seen it for sure once.
I know I've started it. This one will be cool because this is.
And you guys are playing the Browns this week.
Good point.
Yeah, we're playing the Browns this week.
Auburn's going to win the football game. Draft Day, dude, I'm pumped. This is basically based on the War Room, right?
Yep.
We have gotten a nice little mixture. We got Jerry Maguire, the agent, player, coach. Now we got GM. We got all aspects of football in this.
We are Marshall.
Shout out the wheel.
We had 2 based on true stories, too. It's kind of cool.
Crit would never. You guys would never rig the wheel, though.
No, we haven't. Haven't yet.
I literally change it from spinning fast to slow, 14 to 16. I just kind of just pick a fucking number.
You guys have definitely never, just decided what the movie would be.
No, dude.
Yeah, we have done that.
Well, no,
we have done that, but it was for good measure.
No, but you would never do that.
No, we haven't.
We have.
Well, time out. 2 things. Pause. Scroll up. Scroll up. If you're watching this video, walk with me. If you're not, listen to me. Before I get into what I'm about to say, we haven't ever done that. It was crazy that Happy Gilmore got picked the week that Happy Gilmore 2 came out. That was nuts timing. There's no rigged in the wheel. The wheel talks when we listen. The Smashing Machine, dude. Have you guys seen this preview?
I have not. I need to see it.
Oh my God, this movie comes out. Does it tell us right? October 3rd, my brother's birthday. Shout out, Brad. That's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Yep.
When you watch the preview, I swear to God, the first time I saw the preview and they said the first name after the preview is Dwayne Johnson, I was like,
A24.
A24, good shit.
That's what was that? Thriller movie. They were in the middle of the woods.
40 Acres?
It comes at night or something like that.
It comes at night.
It comes at night.
That was an A24. Yep.
Yeah, but that's not a good example of A24. A24's got a lot of good movies.
No, they do have a lot of good stuff, but for this podcast,
that preview ends and it says Dwayne Johnson, and I literally was in the theater like, there's another guy named Dwayne Johnson out there, dude. Because I was like, that's not like him. Well, it's not Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. It was Dwayne Johnson.
Right.
So I was like, holy shit. There's another Dwayne Johnson that's just a behemoth of a human being out there. Watch that preview. We'll watch it together after the pod, and we can talk about it when we see it on October 3rd. That does not look like Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I'm telling you right now, when you watch this preview, you're like, you see Dwayne Johnson, you're like, holy shit, there literally is a guy named Dwayne Johnson that's a fucking brick shit house. that I found out like last week that is actually him. Mm-hmm. Like
I can kind of see it.
You can see it here, but once you know it,
yeah.
I'm telling you, you got to go in. And now you know, but like go into the fucking preview and watch it, and you're like, that is not The Rock. That's an incredible job. But anyway, it came up as we're pulling up draft day. Let me get the details on this year. Drama, Wisconsin football.
Ohio
what
State.
Do we got here? Football, drama, sport. What year is this? Chadwick Boseman, R.I.P. Jinx, you owe me a soda. What year did this come out? Chris Berman.
2014.
2014, hour 50-minute PG-13 movie. Put it on the board. Yes. Draft day coming to you live from the Extra Butter podcast for the football series finale. Johnny Gruden, Mel Kiper, Chris Berman, and more. Kevin Costner, Chadwick Boseman, Deion Sanders is in the movie. Anthony Rizzo's in the movie. Terry Crews. No. Dog Pound, Browns football. Guys, thanks for listening. Another great episode of Extra Butter Pod. Is this the first time the three of us have been alone? Mm-hmm. Is this a first for Extra Butter? So then the next first is going to be whenever I'm gone, probably, because I've been on every episode. Or I guess if me and Trav did a solo dolo, 2-man pick and roll, 2-man game, that would be a new one. Scoregami, you could call it. But when I'm gone, it might be a while until we get a new dynamic. But the trio pod, guys, enjoyed talking to you. Glad the big picture there. The Blind Side, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. Unbelievable story. Make sure you watch it before you do digging on the internet and ruin it for yourself and realize that these people now kind of hate each other. But very interesting. Great movie. Extremely good story. And then now the aftermath, it just, there's a whole event there. But got to bring to you Demon Slayer. I'm going to commit right now to going to see The Long Walk Tomorrow, Stephen King book. Mm-hmm. I always want to say Stephen Hawking. It's always the first Stephen that comes to mind whenever I think of him. He's not an author. R.I.P. Yeah, I don't want to get sidetracked. I think there's some bad things about that guy too. But anyway, bringing movies to you live from the couch, bringing movies to you live from the theaters, giving you reviews in depth about the movies we talk about, giving you quick reviews to hopefully promote you to go watch a movie out in theaters. And guys, when you get your ass out there and you buy your popcorn over the counter, you pop it in the microwave or you pop it on the stovetop, whatever you got to do. If it's margarine, if it's can't believe it's not butter, get the real shit. We don't care. Make sure you put it on there. And don't forget a little extra butter. We'll catch you in the next one.
Extra, extra butter on the corn for me. Extra, extra butter. I hope they don't charge a fee. But it won't matter anyway. I got a good movie to play. I'm gonna ask my friends to stay extra butter for me.